Oh man, I was gonna open, but my drink caught me there. What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another video on Kaiju number 8. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe, as 90% of viewers aren't subscribed to the channel. Let me know in the comments how your polls went, but for this update, we are going to do our own polls for this one. For the new limited Hikari Shinomiya, excuse me, I can't even hear myself talking, in the game. Also, we're going to do some gameplay for her. I'm not really going to dive into the event, etc. We're going to see what we can do, though, in terms of luck. So I'll be reading the chat as well. Best way to get my attention, of course, otherwise would be with a super chat, but obviously not a prerequisite, not a requirement. Anyway, so in terms of her, I want to kind of start off by taking a look at what the character fully does now that she is in-game, along with the weapon description. And again, she is a limited character, so that does mean that she is extremely important. It's not the most surprising thing that she's a limited character. We are a few weeks out from one. I need to know the cadence for these, like how often are they going to put these out? I'm not sure cadence is the right word, but anyway, what the schedule is for these. So we're going to go through her and her weapon, but one of the things I would like to say about her is that the weapon is also limited. So when she's not here and this banner officially expires in, what is this, 3 weeks, give or take, then the weapon will also be unavailable. Frankly, I'm disappointed they didn't rerun Sagan, because Sagan was here 2.5 months ago, something like that, when she came out, and a lot of people didn't have a chance to pull for her prior to the Steam release. So anyway, let's take a look at the weapon first, and I'll get in the chat in a moment. The following effects occur only when the character with the spear type is equipped, of course. Crit damage, this is base, that's fine. Crit damage, before the equipped unit activates a combat skill, applies slash damage to the unit 15% for 2 turns. When the equipped unit's speed is 190 or more, the equipped unit's normal attack and combat damage dealt goes up. Interesting that they're factoring in the speed of the character. That's also 190 is insane. What the hell? Jesus Christ. How fast does this character get? What in the world, bro? That is something else, man. All right. Let's see what she actually fully does now that it's in game, like I was saying. Oh, I love the model for her, dude. They did such a great job. The Valkyrie. Oh, that's sick. Let's see the weapon pose. Okay, I see you. What about the skills pose? The freaking poltergeist flashing face. Okay. So let's see her maxed. The max stats is kind of annoying because I can't really tell what it's supposed to look like with no weapons or unit parts on. So just kind of have to ignore that or compare it to other characters, which I will not be doing. So let's see her overall kit. This is the maxed version of it. So, yeah, I'll leave it on maxed because there's no like 10 out of 10, which would be probably 100%, whatever the number is. Slash damage equivalent to 110% of the unit's attack to a single kaiju. It deals slash and wind 260 to a single kaiju. She really is just pure, just not really doing anything, but just damage, huh? The same thing here, damage. These are good modifiers. 493 is a good modifier there. Not otherworldly, but it's a good modifier. Follow-up has a good modifier as well. For the life of me, I don't know what the hell those dings are. Hopefully you guys don't hear them if they're not supposed to be. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's just the chat popping in. I'm not sure. I need to change the visual on the chat. I don't stream enough anymore. So all this stuff isn't really set up anymore. So I'm going to turn that off. But thank you for the chat, and I will get to it in a minute. Slash and wind damage 154 seems like a high follow-up modifier. But again, pure single target everywhere. Okay. I don't typically love that, but okay. Anyway, before activating an ultimate, applies acceleration for 2 turns to this unit. This unit's damage dealt plus 22% and speed plus 300%. That is a non-variable number, but the damage dealt starts at 11. Okay. But the 300 is static. Ooh. No wonder they were asking for 190 speed. Jesus. After activating a combat skill against a core exposed kaiju, this unit's normal attack and combat skill and follow-up skill cannot recover ultimate gauge. Oh, after attacking with core exposed kaiju with a combat skill, get +1 SP. I missed that part, but I already knew it. But the normal attack, combat, and follow-up cannot recover ultimate gauge. I assume this is just when in acceleration? But wait, this is a 2-turn thing, though. So does that mean, like, because the way I read this initially earlier was that on following up after her attack and stuff like that, she's not able to do it right after because she gets that SP back. But like, that's fine. I don't really mind that so much. But for 2 turns, she can't generate any ult gauge. Is that how that works? They really don't want her to have this speed for some reason, huh? Jesus, man. If that's how that works, that's not really all that good. Well, this is why we have to test the character, though. Anyway, at the start of the battle, get 60 ult gauge. When attacking a core exposed kaiju, crit damage up. Each time this unit destroys a plate, gets attack, stacks 5 times. Okay. And we already kind of saw these. I don't really care as much about these. If I were to target one, I would say I think that this second one is good, so she can stay in acceleration for a 3rd turn. Obviously, the 6th is really good, but the crazy thing about the 6th is it gives her an entirely new passive that doesn't exist anywhere in her kit previously. It's not an addition of like a pre-existing one, like again, like this one was here with acceleration. This is a brand new effect in Forestalled. I have to go through and see how many characters actually picked that up. It's probably more than I think. She's also, again, wind type, which is something people wanted. However, the caveat to that is that being a wind type, they will now, from this point on, start adding in characters, plates, or enemy plates that have wind on them. I don't know that they'll start with that, but that does mean that we will need to build Aoi, excuse me, Aoi. All right, so we're going to get in the chat, and then we're going to do some pulls. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. Let's get this one to 200 likes. I would, again, appreciate it. Let me see what you guys are talking about over here. Shout out to everyone that's here right now hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Okay. I just did 6 pulls. Got 5 blues in a row, and then defense got lit. The emoji. I'm sorry, Frozen Pool. I know how it is, bro. I know how it is, bro. Like, yeah. Sometimes it's like that. Can't wait for Hikari. I could pull Hikari, but I'm gonna... could pity, but I'm going to pull for her. Good luck. Hopefully you got her. I got her in her weapon, and I got Chester. Nice. Can't wait to see the summons. I only did 1 currency pull and got her weapon, so yeah, that's nice. I could outright pity her, but since I decided to go live, I decided I would do a few pulls. Otherwise, I would not have spent the money to do these summons. I would have just pitied her, like I said. However, since she's got a new weapon type, I would have had to do some pulls anyway, so that's kind of the caveat there. Is if she had, like, a weapon type that I could, like a rifle, I would have been like, all right, cool. Limited, I guess she is worth it. Yeah, so that limited wind type, regardless of how good she is, she's still going to be really worth it because the value there, like, that's why. Also, she flies, which is cool, but that's not a reason to pull for the character, right? But, like, that is enough of a reason. Is she better than Reno? I don't know. I have to test her out. I've done 100 spins and got Gauntlet Kikaru for the 1,000th time, Astro's new weapon, whose character I don't have, and Hoshina's old weapon, which is just straight up useless. Yeah, it's not great for the new Hoshina, if that's what you're saying. But it'll rebound, bro. And also, if you've done 100, then you probably should be pretty close to getting the pity claim, which is not the worst thing, because you're going to hit, you know, Christmas or even 6 months if you want to wait that long and be able to just outright claim the character. So stick with it, but I do understand it can get frustrating. I got pulled twice in 1 multi. Oof. I'm not going for her weapon. Oh, actually, yeah. So, like, I want to also see, is there not a 4-star weapon here? And what do you mean you're not going for the weapon? You kind of have to. You kind of don't really have a choice because she's unusable without a weapon. You, like, literally don't have a choice. That's the problem. These are 5 stars. So, there's got to be a 4-star spear, right? Is there really not? Oh, these are characters. Is there really? Okay, there it is. El Rhinoceros. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Probably didn't. There is one in there, dude. Look at the 4-star being limited. That is hilarious, bro. That is diabolical. All right, I'm going to read a couple more. We're going to get to it. You're going to use her with no weapon? Yeah, exactly. You don't speak any English? Sorry, Cristo. My wife and kids are Mexican, speak Spanish. However, I am not, and I do not. I caught a stream. Welcome. Got pretty bad pulls. Did get the weapon, though, and pulled her from pity. Oh, well, you got... Ultimately, you were able to get the double pull, so that's good. You got the character and the weapon. That's a job well done, regardless of how the pulls went. Got nothing but her weapon. That's unfortunate. The only tricky thing about getting her weapon is that it's also gonna be unusable because you can't put it on anybody else, right? You could probably put it on someone just for pure stats, but who the hell does that? Is she a wind Reno? No. I think Reno, like the key thing with Reno is that Reno, for one, wasn't limited. Secondly, Reno had other utility in there. She seems like she's just pure damage, right? Reno has the freeze, action order down, the extra chip damage in there, and the passive. Like, she's literally just pure damage. It's like, there's literally, and speed, my bad. But there's literally nothing else. All right, let's go. First pull, smash that thumbs up. Let's see what we can do. No rainbow off the rip. Oh, man. First ever stream summons for this game. We're going to get shafted. Oh, I shouldn't have did it. I shouldn't have done it, man. I knew I shouldn't have done it. I knew I shouldn't have. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. I knew I shouldn't have did this stream. All right, 4-star characters. Okay. Can they please remove 4-star animations? I don't care about those, bro. I don't care about those, bro. Maybe you guys feel differently. Can I get the weapon at least? The 4-star weapon at least. Come on. Come on, at least give me something. I'll leave him with something. Gave me a 4-star weapon, but not 2 of them, in fact, but not what we're looking for. She carried by her wind attribute and nothing else, sadly. Yeah, the wind attribute is the most important thing there, which is unfortunate to really say, like, oh, I want to pull specifically for that attribute. But you know for a fact, regardless of how good she is, they are going to find a way to make wind something that you need to use, similarly to what they're doing with fire and ice right now. It took them a couple months, but they really started putting a full court press on with fire and ice, right? Oh, I shouldn't have did it. I knew I shouldn't have done it. I knew it. Just use my pity for her in one multi and got 2 of her dupes, no weapon. You got to get that weapon. Hopefully you get the 4 one then. But you got to get a weapon. Frankly, if I'm going to be honest with you, it's already too late. But if anybody else is in this situation, listening, if you do pulls, unless you just care about collection. Collection is one thing. But if you do pulls and you don't pull either of the 2 and you can only pity one, I would frankly save it. And just build Aoi. I'm dead serious. Like, quite literally, I'm dead serious. I am so serious. I've never been more serious. All right. Let's go in again. I don't play the game, so forgive my ignorance, but doesn't high single target damage make sense for a high speed spear type? Well, sorry, if you're Big Grim, thank you for tuning in. Firstly, if you don't play the game, I appreciate it. Hopefully I got to you in a reasonable amount of time. She is, for one, like I keep saying, okay, finally, like I keep saying, I got to test her out. I reserve judgment from then. I gotta see what the character does. Type doesn't matter. Weapon type doesn't matter in this game. It's more about if the character has the ability to break the enemy's plates, which is going to be elemental or like shot or blunt attacks, which is like punching or whatever. Or what's the other one? Shot. It's actually just that. Shot, blunt. There's physical. There's elemental in general. There's fire. There's ice. It's about plates. There's something else I'm missing in there. Slash. So she would be a slash character. That's what the type is. The weapon type itself doesn't matter. So that's why I keep saying that the wind element is very important on her, because they don't have anything in the game. She's the first character with that. So, and with being a limited character, she's going to be vaulted and for months. She's not going to be available for months. We've never, at this point, 3 months in, basically, have never seen a limited character rerun yet. And then lastly, the damage is probably good. However, I think that in most cases you want to skew towards, if the character is not Hoshina, you want to skew more towards like a blast attacking character, which is a character that hits more than one target at a time. Not so much AoE, because that's a different thing in here, but like blast attacks, I think, in general, or at least a character that's a mixture. You could be a blast attacker on like one skill and then a single target on your ultimate and be fine. But purely single target on every single action, I don't really think is the best way to go. Now, the last limited character we got was Narumi, and he was purely single target on everything too. And he's insane. So let's, character. damn it! He heard us talking about him. So that's not, so like to my point, that's not the worst thing. So like there's a reason for the character to be useful, right? It's not like she's just automatically not good. And part of the reason why you want blast attacking or multi-target moves is so the character can break more than one enemy at a time. That's actually the biggest reason why, as opposed to just one. So there's a few different variables here. And frankly, we've got so many attackers, you don't need another pure DPS. There's no reason to pull for a pure DPS. We've got so many attackers. All right, let's go in again. They heard us talking about him, man. Come on now. Let me see the chat here. I use my medals to get her weapon. I'd assume you got her, right? Oh, Rainbow, let's go. I got her in Chester. Nice. What's up, Defael? Oh, no, this isn't good. Do you need dupes and weapons? Have 60 pity and some summons. You don't need dupes for any character. You don't. They're nice to have, but you don't. Oh, another character. Come on, right here. God damn it. Oh, this is actually good. It's actually good. Hold on, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Hold on. When his banner was here. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Yeah, let's go! Smash that thumbs up, boys. Yes, let's go. That's what I like to see. Oh, oh, let's go, baby. Oh man, now we're cooking, yo. That's what I like to see. Bro stole everyone's luck. I gotta talk about that Chester though. I'm low-key more excited about the Chester pull. Hello? I'm more excited about the Chester pull. I gotta explain that in a second. Let me finish this one off. Oh boy, that's nice. So I could stop here, but I'll do those pulls for you guys, of course. Because I could just go claim her weapon if I wanted to. But the Chester. So the funny thing with the Chester was on his banner, that's the hardest I've ever pulled. Because I really wanted that stupid dupe for Chester. And for the life of me, the game would not drop it. I almost went to a second pity, and I was like, you know what, screw this. I refused to claim it, so I didn't claim it. It worked out for the better, because I was able to get, I think, the next two characters claim. Anyway, that's actually pretty legit. So it's funny I got that, because that may be the most valuable first dupe in the whole game. Out of all the first dupes in the entire game, that may be the most valuable one right there, Chester. So that's legit. And I was just saying how you don't need any dupes. That's great, man. Love to see it. All right, we're going to get in the chat a little bit, see what you guys are talking about. Smash that thumbs up, boys. Appreciate you. We're absolutely going to build her up and test her out as well. How does the pity work in this game? It's got the standard, old standard, like pre-Hoyo standard of do enough pulls, just go to the shop and outright claim the character. It doesn't have the 50-50 or do 6 multis, get an increased chance, or any. It doesn't have any of that. It just does the, once you do enough pulls, like the Dokkan style, do enough pulls, go get the character. That's what it does. It's better than nothing, because you could just get shafted indefinitely, but it's not great, if I'm being honest. Really what it is, and it's also in like Uma Musume, another game I play a lot. Really what it is it just kind of like, it kind of just means you need to save enough on a lot of cases to just go pure pity. But the good news is that the pity does transfer indefinitely. It never expires or anything like that, right? Which in Uma it actually does. So doesn't it? I'm pretty sure it does. Maybe I'm mistaken on that. I've never had to pity anybody, but I think it does. Anyway, how are the pulls? Well, there you go. I appreciate you. Yeah, happy to help. Chester dupe is strong. Yeah. Bro stole everyone's luck. Of course you did. Hey, my dream multi. Yes, thank you. What set is good for her? So I'll get to that in a minute. I think she's Lizard, if I'm being honest with you, because she's got like crit damage, The weapons crit damage. I think she's lizard. Maybe Kadada. I don't think so, though. Probably lizard. I gotta go look at it. I gotta look at it one more time, but I was skewing lizard. Ooh, golden, baby! Which is actually kind of refreshing, because every freaking character's been fungal damn near, dude. Like, it's like fungal is everybody's best set. And it, you know what it is because a lot of the DPS characters pick up like crit rate and stuff, especially in their dupes. So fungal just winds up being the switch. Weapon, hello? Oh, I saw like a spear type and I was like, hello, is that the weapon? Ah, that's the OG Narumi weapon too, isn't it? Oh, there's the 4-star. I guess we get to see what that looks like. Oh, another chance. Come on. God. Of all the weapons, don't ever give me the Rin weapon again, bro. Never give me the Rin weapon again, bro. I can't view it here. I'll have to view it later. Never give me the stupid Rin weapon again. I pulled that thing like 15 times. Oh, this is going to be a shaft, isn't it? Ah, I was due for it. Oh, there's a 3-star one too, for the record. So maybe you guys did, which makes sense. They did the same for Sagan. Maybe you got the 3-star. For all you guys say you don't have a weapon, maybe you got the 3-star weapon. You probably. Oh no, you have a weapon because she comes with a weapon by default, doesn't she? She comes with a 3-star. There you go. You got something. I forget about that because we never have to really rely on that, so I just forget about that. So there you go. We got 2 more multis, and then we'll check out building her up, and we'll check out the 4-star. Ooh, rainbow! Four-star character. Okay. Standard battle axe. Another 4-star character. Every time I see this, I'm like, oh my god, it's a 5-star, but it's a stupid 4-star. Stop with the animation. At least it's not on 4-star weapons. Speaking of 4-star weapons. Come on. Come on, come on. Okay, it's a weapon. Spear. Spear. Oh my fuck. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna take a break. I can't. Will you be playing Soul Resonance? I've tried really hard to like that game. I may try it one more time. I've been playing that game ever since it was called Project Blade, I believe. And like had a super duper closed beta, all that stuff, super secret. I mean, the game, the closed beta version I had like watermarks of my player ID all through the game. This is years ago. I've been trying real hard. So I'll try one more time. I'm not a big fan of Crunchyroll though, if I'm being honest. I just can't with this weapon, bro. I just can't. What squad is good for Hikari? She's the DPS character, so if you wanted to have her as your primary, you'd want Hoshino 4-star as her sub, or her battle buddy. Come on! Come on! God damn it. Oh, that's Kikuru's one. I'm not mad at that so much. I don't have it maxed. You'd also like to have Chester on the team. Let me get out of here and grab those last 60. But that's mostly it. It's a standard build. There's nothing like special or anything like that. 500. Let me actually add this to my little log list of gems for this month. Maint for Hikari. Before I forget, 500. How many gems are in the raid? Was it like 2,000? I think it was 2,000, right? I know there's another 1,500 in the new event too. I'm logging the entire month, and then beginning of December, I'll give the numbers, the final numbers for the month. All right, let's go back and do that last pull, and I'll get back to the chat. Once again, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that thumbs up. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, final pull of the video. Give me rainbow. The Chester dupe is legit. Ah. Come on, come on, come on. Ah, you hate me. Oh, you hate me. I'm not even going to watch this crap. You hate me. Okay, well, I got to go claim her weapon, which is a good problem to have. I don't really mind that so much. I can claim 2 copies. Yeah, right. Get that out of my face. The good news is we are also queued to claim another character. Funny thing is, Isao remains the only character I don't own. I almost want to claim Isao's, but just so I can do a Shinomiya team. But then I remember I've got an Isao. I mean, it's a little weird using Prime or Hikari with old school Isao, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. He's a cradle robber. It is what it is. All right. Let me see that 4-star weapon as well, like I was saying. What is this even? The 3-star does literally nothing. After the equipped unit destroys a plate, gets a combat skill, damage dealt. That's serviceable. That's not bad. It's serviceable. You could work with that. I'm not mad at that. That's a decent weapon. You could work with that. It could be much worse. Like, what is it, Sagan's? I think Sagan's 4-star was so bad. It was just, well, the thing with Sagan's is that her 5-star kind of tries to make her into like a DPS, I guess. So, results vary. All right, let's get the building going. Let me check the chat out. You can get Isao later. Yeah. Use your pity on limited characters only. You can get Isao. Yeah. So you should. I think that you have, if you're considering using pity right now, take a step back and just just pause for a moment, because you have time. Like, she's gonna be in that shop for like another month, damn near. Like, you've got time to wait and see if another high value character pops up soon, what happens. I'm still of the mind that she's going to be very high value and very quickly in the game within like a couple of months. But you still regardless have time to wait and see. There's no rush really, unless you just want to have her quickly, you succumb to FOMO, or you want to complete something like specific, which there shouldn't really be. Like, if you just need an elemental plate breaker in general, then I guess, right? But you have time. But I do understand FOMO is a real thing, and you really want the new character. I get it. They got me to do like 4 more, 5 more extra multis on Isao than I wanted to do. I did not have that many multis slotted for that guy. But the game refused to give me him, and I finally gave up. Normally, the funny thing about that is that when the game does that to me, or a game does that to me, as I've got a very long history with these gacha games on my channel, especially. I got like 3,000 videos. Anyway, typically when a game does that to me, I've got tremendous luck at pulling the character at the last possible moment. I've had so many last multis with the character, it's hilarious. Where I'm like, okay, this is legit my last multi-game. And the game, like, here's my every wish, and it's like, here you go. Man, she's using that nothing burger equip that don't nobody else use. What the hell is this? This Carapacis? Carcass? The armored type? Who the hell? Ain't nobody used nothing from the armored type. He's new. That is added there just to make people need to have to go farm something. That's the only reason that's there. And again, I'll get to the chat in a moment. It's kind of hard to do this quickly while also looking at that. I wish they would not have armored, but knowing the stupid game, they're going to throw armored again in the skills. Actually, maybe not. They may throw wind. Oh, it drops some wind, so that's not too bad. I overinvested because now I'll have these left over. Oh, great. Now I'm out of credits. Jesus, man. It's like, if it's not one thing, it's another thing, bro. If it's not one thing, it is another thing, bro. Jeez. And I thought I was all farmed up. I need to take the, like, full-on numbers for farming a character like this completely. Like, what you need to have in reserve. I'm pretty sure I've got enough in reserve for another 100. Crit rate is 32% by default. Huh. Pretty sure she's a lizard character because she doesn't get any crit rate anywhere else, and she's purely single target. I'm pretty positive she's a lizard. Then there's nothing in here that does like extra attacks. Follow-ups are kind of whatever. She doesn't have any extra methods to triggering them. And that's the worst part about all this crap is freaking doing uniparts can take 6 years. I may just settle for a decent starting role and then just call it from there. We need to push this. I wonder what Kaiju metal this uses. I don't know if I even have the Kaiju cores, to be honest with you. Yeah, Kaiju A. God damn it. I haven't even completed that story. Because I like reading it, and I was busy this whole week. That's annoying. I'll have to go freaking play Kaiju A. And I'll have to skip the story and then come back. But that'll be a good opportunity to read your chat comments. Oh, of course. They couldn't have put it on like Kaiju 2 or something. Of course they put it with Kaiju freaking A, bro. The special event is a little bit bugged with the menus, is it? In what way? 2 weapon pulls. Do you have the pity to pull the character? Because that's kind of legit if you got the weapon, especially a couple times. Like, I kind of like weapon dupes a little bit more than character dupes. Not because they're better, but because they're much more accessible. And they really impact the character in a meaningful way. Now, again, I don't think you need dupes for anybody, but if you get them, that's nice, right? Speaking of which, we need to go push that dupe in my boss, Chester. Speaking of Chester, I still never completed that testing I was mentioning in another video recently where I switched him off of Lizard. The primary reason he was on Lizard in the first place was because you want his attack stat to be as high as possible historically. Trying him out with Ant, which gives no attack increase whatsoever, but the idea there was to get him to push his ultimate faster. So I'm curious if I'll like that or not. We'll see. Just before I invest in this, there's nothing else here, right? Yeah, it's gonna be that or Kadada. I just can't see Kadada. I'll just go Lizard. Maybe you guys said something else, but I'm not gonna see it in the meantime. I'll get to it in a minute. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna get absolutely screwed on this. We're not gonna get crap. You could synthesize those lower ones, but it's just such a waste of time. Because the return on investment is so small. Like, obviously, I do it every now and again, but it's so meaningless. What the hell is this? Interlude node? Oh, this is the new event shop. Well, this would be nice to have these resources. What is this? 300, 600, and 1,000, right? And then this is a... Oh my god, they put a 4-star weapon for Isao here. No, this is where his weapon is. Because he literally doesn't have one on the gacha. That is too funny. Too funny. Wait a minute. That is crazy. Why does she not have a 4-star weapon tied into an event that's farmable? They have done that a few times where they've put those in there, but they're very rare. Like they did it with Chester. They put I believe a 5 or 4-star rifle in there. Then obviously you start off the game with the most free-to-play friendly character in the entire game, Kafka, and his weapon, which if you sell a Kafka weapon or something, you'll never get another, well, I don't want to say never, but you won't have another chance for a very long time to recoup that. All right, so I'll run Kaiju A before I put those on. I'm like more than halfway done with the story, so it won't take long. And let me see what you guys are talking about. If you haven't already, make sure that thumbs up. I appreciate you. 200 people here. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. What's the best weapon for Hikari? Her weapon. It's literally her weapon. Run the list. If you have her weapon, great. If you don't have her primary weapon, use her 4-star. If you don't have her 4-star, then you have to use the 3-star. She can only use spears. She doesn't have other options. Should I save the rest of my 10,000 or go all in? Depends on what you need, but if you already have her, I wouldn't pull anymore. If you don't have her, I think you could wait and see. Also depends what your pity situation is. Did 4 multis, no weapon. Guess I will skip her and save my pity. That would be a good idea. Again, if you... Another thing is, too, just build Aoi. You guys would be fine. Because I've been trumpeting this forever, but Tay has been every bit as useful in all the fire-required stages as Sagan. Now, the blunt is a different thing. But... And with that, you needed Kikuru to help make up for that loss of Sagan. But every time I tested Tay in those fire-specific stages, she was able to do the job. So, the only other one that's kind of tricky would be the ice one. I'm blanking on his name right now. Because he's a little bit slow at doing what he wants to do. But he also can do the Reno job, too, for the record. Hikari on the second summon. Nice, Cerberus. Chester needed that Kaiju type to level up. Did he? Armored? Did he need armored? Oh, he might have, because he came out with armored, right? On these non-limiteds, it's been Shaft. Hope when the next festival comes, the Gacha gods treat me. This was a limited gacha, so if you got shafted on this one, then this is actually a limited, so it's been on the unlimited as well. But hopefully you do get the good luck on the next festival. I'm curious about when that'll be at this point. Use the green ones and use the currency in the shop. Oh, I'm not so worried about it. I assume you mean just the resources. It doesn't matter. I flip through so much of all my resources that I'll grab everything in the shop eventually. It doesn't really wind up mattering. Enter the state that blocks one attack. Great. Can you kill him, please? Yeah, I'm still pretty bummed out that they didn't run her banner again for the people that wanted it. Because you know why too? She would pose a legitimate competition for Hikari. Because I would tell people that, even though I was just speaking very glowingly about Tay, I would tell people that I think Sagan, just off the rip, just from reading the characters, seems like a more impactful character. Now, I've played with Sagan for 2 months, but she seems like more of an impactful character. No spoilers! I will watch this later. I actually care. I know most people probably don't care about that stuff. I care. Ooh, a Kaiju medal. Nice. I need that. I will read all this later. Go, go, go. And there's the completion. Cool. Thank you. All right. So let me go play the stupid Kaiju A fight, which I'm like 2 weeks behind on. Because now I can't play Kaiju A's stage 6 because I haven't been caring about it. It's not like it's been a total loss. I've been playing some of the other stages that I needed. Let me play Kaiju A 3 times and then we'll finish off Hikari. But in the meantime, what we can do is we can test Hikari a little bit. Let's see what she looks like. Ah, this seems fine. So the thing with Lizard, though, I will say, if you opt to go Lizard, you don't have to. I think 38, I think it was 38, right? 28, 38. Either way, her base crit chance is so high that if you use Chester and if you use Hoshina, frankly, if you just use Hoshina, technically you would crit more often than not. But if you use those 2 characters all the time with her, then you can use something else. And it probably is just fungal because she's just such a DPS-based character. It probably winds up just being fungal. The problem with that, though, is that if you put the dupes on, she starts penetrating more, which may be a problem, too. Okay. I want to give her this buff. It's been nice not having to watch my thing. It's not been breaking at all, which is pretty nice. Okay, full buff's going. Let's see what she does here. Just pure attack, level 7. Oh, she's going to delete him. Okay, cool. He's the first stage, so not really surprising. Goodbye, buddy. I like the freaking, carnival wheel behind him. Hello? That's great. Such a random inclusion, but it's great. I love it. I thought we'd get to see her a little bit more than that, if I'm being honest, but it's okay. Bro went down in 1 hit. I'm just gonna put it on auto then. If that's how it is, I'm gonna put this on auto, bro. There's no reason to play this, and I didn't think there really was. I got her in the first multi and her weapon on the 3rd. Congrats. I used Reno, 4-star Mina, Chester, and the new Gen. I think it's the best team against this boss. This team never lets it equip his 2nd shield, let alone the 3rd one. Nice. I have not played this guy very often. Maybe less than 10 times I've played this guy between all the events and stuff. But I will say that his stuff's never really been a problem, though. Even if he gets his shield up, you just hit him once and it comes right off. So it's not really been a problem. And a character like Sagan, there, as you just saw, she could pop that with a retaliation, so it's almost like it wasn't there. The follow-ups from the new Ashiro can pop that like it's not there. So just, there's a lot of options, I think, that you have to deal with him. What did you think about LeBron's debut? Oh man, I was geeked out, man. I was geeked out. We didn't really talk about it, but if you guys don't know, I have a basketball channel called The Basketball Bulletin. Make sure you check it out, where we cover the larger NBA. But I was pretty excited about that. That was legit. I thought he fit in seamlessly. I never questioned it either, especially after last season. I watched him fit in fine. But I know that was a big national thing, right? Everyone was questioning it. It really isn't worth it pulling on gacha banners. I just pulled the new Mina on the Hikari banner after I spent like 6K pulling for the... Yeah. I was just explaining earlier how I went so hard for Chester, right? For a dupe of Chester specifically, which I still haven't put in. And then I just pulled him. Finally. The non-limited characters, the thing with them is that and I went hard on Isao too. Not really all that hard. But anyway, no matter how nice the non-limited characters look, at the end of the day, they get thrown in the pool. Now, the thing with that is that technically your best chance to get the character is on their initial because they're a rate-up character, as opposed to just being in the pool as a random pull. But anyway, they're still in the pool for you to get eventually, right? So she's a limited character. The last limited character was Narumi. I feel like I'm missing one, but then there was also Saga, and I feel like there's one in between those two. I can't think of them right now. Was there another one, or was it just those three? Maybe it is just those. I don't know. I can't recall. Anyway, you guys will let me know. But for the limiteds, that's not the case, right? The characters are not thrown into the pool. Those guys are characters that you need to pull then and there. Otherwise, they're going to get vaulted. Because, again, Sagan was the original limited, and she's not come back to anything. We haven't seen her return, which is why I was saying it's unfortunate they didn't bring her back, because this was a key opportunity for them to do so. So for her builds, I think passive is the most important. Ult and then combat seem like the next order. So I'm going to start with this. 8. Jesus, so always with the goddamn credits, bro. Always with the credits. I need 2x or credits event now. Always with the stupid credits. This isn't even going to last very long either. Oh, and of course I'm out of Kaiju cores. This is also just what happens when you build so many characters like I do. Like, I've also started investing in Iharu, because that could be a fun video. They're about to ask me for credit farming in like a second. Alright, well, this is going to be the max I can push her to, because I can't get any more Kaiju A medals until I play that event and then get them from the shop. Now, the real problem begins. Let me look at the other sets really quick. No. No. Speed. That's fun. No. Ult charge. I wonder if this is good. I need to see how her mechanic works, though, with her getting ult gauge. Fungal, my beloved, no. Certainly not armored. Kadada was the only other one I thought about. So she does not do any sort of follow-ups, though, right? Like, it just... That's the only thing, so I'm just going to go Lizard. For starters, I'm going to start with getting a good stat roll, and that'll be my baseline, and I'll work from there. So you guys will see my unipart processing. Crit rate is good. That's fine. I don't know if we need speed here. Oh, she gets 300% speed, so like slash damage is fine. I'm pretty sure 300% on top of 119 or 112 is more than enough. So we got good rolls pretty quickly. In fact, 2 of them are peak rolls. They don't get any higher when they've got the orange text on there. Now we're just looking for the first 5-star that drops, and we're going to put that on. And, of course, it's HP. Sometimes you get exactly what you want. And, of course, credits are going to rear their ugly heads That would be a good spot to stop, though, if I wasn't doing a video and I just wanted to take my time with it. That was a good starting point. Shot. Wind is actually... Oh, since she's dual, she can now use 2 different kinds. That works. I'll take it. That's a peak roll there. Well, it's like not the highest possible, but I'll take it. I'm not even going to bother with that. So now I'm looking for a 5-star attack. Of course, the damn credits! Jesus! So the reason why I do it this way also is because it gives me 2 pivot points. With the 4-star options, I had a good roll, and I got the set effect for the 4 stars. With the 5 stars, now I've got the most important thing, which is getting the set effect active. These individual pieces, their effect matters, but it's secondary. I'd rather have the set effect first. That being said, though, once I get here, I sometimes can leave a character here because, again, I've got mostly what I want, but then I can double down and then invest from there and go from there. So that's my second pivot point. You could also just go from the rip and try to force your way to exactly what you want the first time through. But I like to have those, again, pivot points. Credits. I am just devoid of credits, and I finished off the stupid pass, so I'm not getting any more credits. Why is there no overfill for credits? Credits. Credits. I need credits. I am addicted to credits. Please spare some damn credits. Oh my god, these things are like, it's just non-stop with the freaking credits, bro. All right, I'll get in the chat in a second also. Thank you for that. I appreciate your patience in me being a little bit bad at reading that. Let me get that queued up. Okay. I think Lizard is great so she can crit damage more often. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's why. Because she's purely single target, right? I already invested for Lizard, so should I go fungal or keep it? No. I'm not thinking that you should switch it all. Not worth it at all, especially if you're free to play. Only pull unlimited characters. Yeah, that's pretty sound advice. I go fungal with body gear on crit rate. That's not bad either. Like I said earlier, fungal winds up being, and I may ultimately switch it to at some point, by the way. I like to test it out, though, which is why I always complain about the system, because it's not friendly to testing. But like I said earlier, fungal almost always winds up being the best possible set for a lot of these DPS characters, because at the end of the day, it has the highest damage ceiling, and you want to get the most damage on your characters. And so oftentimes you can make do with, again, like he was saying, something I like to do is put crit rate on the body piece and then put on fungal. And then from there, you can also leverage more crit out by using Chester, by using Hoshin if you need to. And more often than not, you'd be fine, right? Like they may not crit on every single thing, but they'll crit more often than not. So that's more or less what I like to say. But Lizard is the safe choice, so... Also, the buffs are different on Lizard. Before the equipped unit activates, the ultimate gets 2 turns damage dealt. And then down here on Fungal, before the equipped unit activates... Oh, no, it's the same. I was getting it confused with Kadada. So, yeah, no, it's the same. Is Rin worth using 250 medals for? Hell no. Well, actually, no, she's good in one mode. But hell no. 6K later, nice. I already invested... I read that one already. They need to update the basic pull characters. Got like 30 tickets. Yeah, keep saving those because I do think at some point they'll update that. She's better than number 10. I hope so. I hope so. Let's see. I got one dupe on her. It's mostly the same thing. It doesn't really change. My gear, fungal, attack, crit rate, slash. Yeah, that's what I typically do. Oh, I'm doing 270 all level 3 skills. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, it depends on what you're depends what you're taking on. Hikari is single target on her skill and ultimate. What do you think? Is Reno better than her? It's just different uses, right? She's probably got a better single target damage ceiling. I feel pretty confident in that, but he has rewinds and freeze and other stuff in there, so it's just different use cases. All right, let me finish this off really quick, or attempt to finish this off, and then we'll get out of here. Really? I'm disgusted. This damn system, man. This damn system. Every time with this shitty ass system, bro. That system sucks so bad. Like, of all the terrible design choices, that's got to be the worst one I've ever seen. That system is so bad. Like, what were they thinking with that system? It's not even about the rolls either. If I could just unequip stuff, I could... Oh, I got the best possible HP roll. Thanks. If I could just unequip Lizard from another pre-existing character, that would be so much better. But no. You have to start from scratch every single time. Oh, thank God. The best possible flat attack boost. Thank you. I'll take it. By the way, flat attack, percent attack, it's not a huge difference. I have to see what she looks like with that, but I'd venture that if somebody has the exact set on as me at 280 versus 32.8, I believe is the percentage boost, the attack set's all mostly the same. In fact, if anyone has her, let me know your attack stat. With Lizard set on, well, maybe it doesn't matter so much if you have, because it's 46. Yeah, you could do fungal. If you got fungal on with the flat percentage one too, let me know. But from my own testing, it wasn't very different. Anyway, I'll take that. That's me coping too. I'll take it. And lastly, let's see if I can roll crit damage. Oh, crit rate. That's okay. That's okay. Where's her crit rate now? 76. Yeah, she's at 100 in a team build. She's at 100. I like to do the inverse here. I like to get crit damage. And there's crit damages. There's another crit damage. But I need a 5-star crit damage. No? You're not going to give it to me? Okay, I'm not going to fight you for that for right now. We're going to get out of here. I'm not going to fight for it. Okay, I'll take that. I think that we've mostly got her fully invested. So let's go to my testing grounds and see what that looks like. Really quick on my testing grounds. I'm curious. Oh, I've got that Chester dude. Hold on. Oh, man. I just felt the power coursing through my veins of the Chester dupe. Now I don't ever want the second one. But all right, let's go. God, you're going to make me put a character on this stupid team? Fine. Show me something. Oh, wait. We don't have a break, though. I need to get out of here. We don't have a break. We need a break. He's blunt, right? Or am I getting him confused with the other one? No, he's blunt. I thought so. Lame. This is where this is annoying. I mean, I don't need a break. She could blow it up anyway, but I like to see the highest possible damage on my test stage. So I need to, well, since Chester has that dupe that devalues her a bit, and Sagan can slide in. Perfect. I was debating Isao, but I'll slide Sagan in for the crit. Even better. And attack, so even better. All right, let's get going. Okay. By the way, my Chester is not pushing 1K. He's pushing 750 because of the switch on Unipart set. Again, something I'm testing. So it's a little bit lower than he would normally be, for the record, but that's fine. All right, let's see what she looks like here. That other blunt plate doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and push that. I'd like to get his ult with low SP, so I'm going to start using my SP more. Chester's ready now as well, or about to be. All right, we're gonna use that SP up, and we are set. That's gonna push me down to 1. That'll get me the ult. Just shy on the ult. Never mind. However, the ult's right here though, but I'm gonna use this right there. I'll use her single target attack. Follow with this. And now we are queued. I just need to have Hoshina do his ult, and I'm cooking, man. We got this set up. Can you not? Can you not hit her? Thank you. Okay, this is fine. I don't want her to hit him. Don't kill him! Don't kill him! Oh, okay. Jesus. I'm like, bro, do not kill him right there. Okay, so we're set now. I'm ready. Let me see the buffs here. All right, where are we at? Crit rate, of course, at 100%. Like I said, this is the argument with this team specifically. This is the argument to use Fungal. She's technically over 100, but it doesn't matter. You can't go above 100 on that. Crit damage, it does matter. Okay, so she's over 4,000. That's roughly where all the attack characters get. Like right around 4,000 with this setup. She's getting field ops. Oh, she's not fully stacked. She's missing 8% attack. Where's that from? The weapon? Oh, maybe she's missing this too, because I stopped attacking with her. Okay, so there may be a couple buffs she's missing. Wrathful Inferno. I started prioritizing the other characters, admittedly. Yeah, she doesn't have that either. So she's missing... No, it's down here. Never mind. Slash damage up. One turn left. So she's missing 8% attack. Okay. Let's see what she does. She's getting the crit, of course, because 100% chance. That's a cool animation, though. 225, huh? Okay. That's not anything crazy. That number with this build puts her right in line with most of the other attackers in the game. I would venture that she can pull another 50 probably on Fungal. I would bet she could pull another 50 on that exact same attack in that exact same setting with Fungal. Maybe 60. But that still puts her, again, in line with a lot of the other attackers. Even the blast attackers, when you consider all of their attacks cumulatively, that's not too different either. And even Hoshina is right in that range, too, on his ultimate with that exact setting. The difference with Hoshina, which is why it's hard for a character to be better than him, is that he does that every turn when you factor his combat skill, too. Like, other characters struggle to do that on their combat. Okay, so I'm going to read the chat, and in the meantime, I'm going to let her kind of do her thing here and let this go as well while I see what you guys have to say. They shouldn't need me for this fight. She was missing that 8%. She was also missing roughly 100 attack from Chester. Roughly 100 attack. And that setting, my testing thing that I'm doing with Chester doesn't really matter much. No, get her ass off my team. Shot, slash. They got that. I'm not worried about that. This is the harder stage. I'm not sure if they'll auto it, but we'll see. You should consider a video on the Proof of Valor weapons. I could, but it's kind of hard to get those and then limit break them all. Unless you just mean like a breakdown, which I've done already. Unipart system is shit. Yeah, it is. If you run her with Chester and Mina, you could easily get away with Lizard. You mean Fungal? Yeah, that's what I've been saying this whole time. It's the worst gear system I've ever come across in any game when I've played. It's really bad. Like, it's really, really, really bad. Low-key keep the crit rate on her because she outsees Chester's crit rate buff. Yes and no, because you should be getting that pretty quickly or consistently, reliably on Chester. And then there's also Hoshina too. Let me see how she looks post ult. I didn't get to see that last time. Again, 70 is again a pretty standard first ult from a character. Yeah, she's not pulling any gauge here. I don't really understand the design choice with that. I don't understand why they did that. Like, okay, she's got 300 speed. Now what? Oh, you know what it is? It's because look at all... Actually, no, I get it. I get it. It is the 300 speed. That's the problem. Look at how many turns she takes. That's why she doesn't fill on those attacks anyway. She'll fill when she gets hit, but she won't because she takes so many goddamn turns. I get it now. Okay. And it is exactly that. I still don't think I agree with it, and they're getting pressured like hell because I didn't put a freaking... What's it called on this team? A blunt attacker. I mean, look at how much damage she's doing. Just from taking consecutive turns. It's not like she's doing, like, insane amounts of damage off the rip on one hit. I need to cancel this. But it's very reminiscent of, also, Hoshina can bypass that and fill her up anyway. I did pull a blunt attacker here. It's just they're not using Saga. Never mind. And she's dead. She died. Smart game. Thank you. Use the goddamn Sagan attacks, game. Yeah. But I was saying it's like very reminiscent of Ashuro, the new Ashuro, where with Bako, she does those extra attacks. So basically, Bako counts as an attack for her, right? The thing with that also was that they didn't fill the meter either. So it's kind of the same idea. It's kind of whatever, though. Let me see this myself. I don't know if Sagan does enough, though. She just doesn't... Eesh, they hit really hard. You kind of just need double. Defense up. And they target her again? What the hell is this? Can you not aggro her? What the hell? That is absolutely on purpose, bro. For what reason? I swear to God if they hit her again. Sagan's not taunting these dudes? She didn't taunt anybody. There's the taunt. It finally kicked in. You can see it on their little icons down there. She was not taunting anybody, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, see, Chester's about to get his ult. And he's actually closer than she is. Oh, they're about the same. There you go. Hit my damn Sagan. She's here for literally that reason, and that reason only. Not enough fill. I was not intending on playing this either. I don't know if they can push it, though, without a second blunt character. Sagan just kind of struggles to do this by herself with this setup. And she went down again! Because they freaking aggroed her. Fine. Fine. You want to be that way? Fine. Okay? Fine. You want to be like that? Fine. I'll bring out or reliable. That's how you want to be? Fine. I could double up and go Saga and Isao, or I could go Kaiju number 8. But I'm going to bring out or reliable. She never fails to get the job done. She's got this. She's all reliable. This stage was clearly made with her in mind. She's all reliable, man. I don't even got to watch it anymore. 5,000 down the drain, and I didn't get her. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you're close to the pity. Let me turn the auto back on here. Nice flat attack. Thank you. Flat attack is best when boosting with supports. You want a mixture of both. I've always said that the flat attack, especially like from Chester, because it's such a high amount, is really, dude. They're hard coded to aggro her or something. What the hell is happening? They're like hard coded to aggro that first spot or what? But they keep targeting her specifically, bro. They're cheating. They are actually cheating. But I've always said anyway, the flat is really good, but you want a mixture of all of it. Had to break out or reliable for this cheating that they're doing. How are they just specifically targeting Sagan? Or Sagan, excuse me, Hikari. Now the funny thing is, Hikari's not gonna hold up her end of the bargain. We need those elemental hits. Oh, she's gonna get him here though. Joke's on you. Let me turn off this auto though. So maybe I can get a shot attack with Chester here. So the game doesn't try to do anything else. 94, huh? Nice. Have that. Look at how she just... Chester was right here, and she jumped Chester with 2 character attacks. That's what that speed is doing. Where the hell is her speed stat even at? Dude, she can get over 500 with a speed boot. Oh my god. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? And to think you could get that second dupe and extend this another turn. What the hell is this? Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. What is this? She literally came out of nowhere with 2 attacks. And I'm like, hold on. Hold on. And that's actually kind of annoying because I wanted Chester to go next and get the break. But don't worry, she's got an attack right after him, though. The funny thing is Hoshina can spike her speed even more, can't he? Oh my god! Is that other one going to jump that other kaiju there? Hold on. Dude, that's crazy. Where's her speed at now? She didn't jump him. Where's her speed now? Oh my god, dude. It's over 400. It was just shy. It wasn't at 400, right? Or maybe it was. I don't know. Anyway. Is that? No, that's 5. That is 5. My bad. Oh my gosh. She was like 480 though, right? Wow. I need that SP back though, but he's not core exposed. That's mildly annoying. She's like kinda clunky. Like a little bit. She requires a very specific gameplay. But it's cool that she can take all those hits, I'll say. Or do all those hits. She's finally hitting a core exposed kaiju. He's got a couple defense downs. Let's see what she looks like. Yeah, that's going to be like 30. Yeah, 30. Okay. Nothing crazy. Kikaru will end it. Oh, reliable, got the job done. Per usual. Per usual. And by the way, Kikaru just did like 50 plus on her, combat skill. So. There's nothing crazy, but like, we just had her doing Hikari doing like 30, and Kikuru's like, oh, here's 50 on 3 characters. Got her in the weapon at 30. Nice. So fungal whatever, 80%, and you just roll crit damage. Thanks for testing. Oh yeah, no worries. You say LMAO, but like for me, I have to do the testing regardless. I test all these characters out. My investment is pretty high. That's how you know that when I tell you the best builds for a character, I'm serious about it. And yes, I do think fungal is, in hindsight, the better choice because she's exceeding 100%. And at worst, you could go, which is my typical go-to. You could go crit rate on the body part. Can you not delete the old Ashiro? Ashiro? Can you not do that? I try to put a little support on my team, and that's how you treat them? At least she got one buff in, right? Oh, by the way, it's so cool that her Bako hits here and the Sagan counters as well, they interact with Seen Through, which is great. Like, these 3 together are a super team, dude. They are a super trio. And you've got solid sustain and all that stuff. You got elements. You got all the types covered between shot / blunt element. It's great. This is a super trio here. But the old Ashro just had to let us down. Look, she broke right there. Well, who said Sagan's counters can't break? Who said Sagan's counters can't break? I'd love to see you come outside. Who said Sagan's counters can't break? Oh, that's great. So you're seeing some more pure damage characters because we got like a billion gajillion pure damage characters doing their job. And it looks very similar. But obviously we're here to see more Hikari, which we'll do in a moment. Let me get back to the chat. I got plus 20 speed on my old 5-star Isao, and now I never take normal damage because he's so fast. Yeah, the speed is really impactful. When you put speed boots on characters, it's really impactful because it just shakes up the order so much. And as you saw, a hyper-fast character like Hikari is ridiculous. I don't want to see them ever do that crap again. Just don't ever do it again. But that's really cool. Sagan has speed boots on as plus 20 as well. They count one of her actions as a... Oh, you okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. If she's burning through the buff because she's taking all those actions, then yeah, that's a different thing entirely. I do still think that just means you could fall back on Hoshina. And then secondly, with the crit body part on, because her base is 32, 38, one of the two. You're still close to, you're at 50 minimum at like all the time, regardless of Chester, right? With the body part and her base, and that's without Chester, without Hoshina. Man, if you don't freaking fat ass put on shield again, really? Can you not? Can you not? Just die. Oh, he got seen through and got popped with all those plates. That's great. Except for the one stupid slash plate. The second Narumi goes, I win. Dumb stage. You should make a video on uniparts for characters. I do have one. To be fair, I could update it. Because I've changed a lot of that around. Does pen on her first dupe make fungal worth it? You're gonna penetrate every now and again. It's not a guarantee. You'll penetrate every now and again. Oh, come on. Really? Really? It's okay, Sagan's got this. It's okay, Sagan's got it. Let me turn the auto off. Counter his ass. There it is. Stupid stage. I hate that guy. But if I was playing manually, that wouldn't happen, of course. But still. Freaking deleted my whole team just because he felt like it. Anyway. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Thank you. If you're new, make sure you subscribe as well. We're going to go for a bit longer here. Not for much, much longer. I hear my dog. He's starting to want to start whining. He probably wants to go to the bathroom, so. Need her weapon and I'm broke. Hopefully you got the 4-star. How many pulls did it take you? I think it took me like 6. Something like that. Something like that. Number 10 saying she's not canon to this fight. You have to understand this game's pity. It's so easy to outsmart it. I don't know what you mean by that. It's so easy. This game pity system doesn't reset when new heroes come out. So basically you pull 10 from normal gacha before a new character. And if you don't get any legendary, you will build up pity. Oh, I thought you had some sort of master plan. Like that. I mean, that's... Yeah. So like I was saying in the beginning of this video, I had enough pity to flat out claim her, but I chose to do summons. Yeah, since it stacks cumulatively over time, you'll be able to just claim whoever you want, right? That's how it works. Is there an issue? I can't access it. It says updating. No, there's no issues. I'm on right now. I haven't heard anybody else saying it. Is she worth summoning for? She's limited, so naturally yes. One thing is that limited characters are the most valuable banners in the game because they're limited. And her weapons are also limited, by the way. So it means she's going to be vaulted for however many months they want to keep her in chains after her gacha expires. Because, again, we haven't seen Saga and it's been almost 3 months. Anyway, and she's probably going to be important for the plate breaking as well. But lastly, because she's limited, she's not put in those banners, which means that all the other banners in between, limited characters, even the festivals, which I think are really good because they offer 3 and 1 free, even though we've only seen one of those. Anyway, those characters are in the pool as a character you can pull at any point, right? That won't be the case for her. So naturally, yes. Any limited character, anytime you see the name limited, it's worth it. You accidentally bought Mina's weapon from Pity? Oh, man. I assume you mean the new one, hopefully. Hopefully you have her, because you need it. The older weapon is not great. Her turn meter is bonkers. Yes. Yeah, if you didn't see it earlier, her turn meter, she takes 1 trillion turns. Let's see her in this new London Fierce Battle. I mean, I'm sure there's something in this event that's like, use a win character in here somewhere. Special event is an event where you can enjoy character stories. Clearing quests will unlock the rest of the story. There's a shop. Clear the final one to get that nice wallpaper. In challenges, you can take on high difficulty battles, make full use of stage effects, and aim for victory. What are these stage effect things? Wind damage dealt. After attacking, has 100% base chance of applying damage. Okay, so I don't want to play this then. I don't want to play that as a showcase method because she's going to be super buff there. She's going to look insane here. I'm not even going to bother with that. I will play that, of course, but I'm not going to bother with it because she's just going to look ridiculous. So with that being the case, there's not really anything else but Fierce Battle to test her in because Large Conquest, she's going to look like ass. Like, literally the ass of all ass as a single target character. With that, the only single target characters you can get away with using, I think, there are Gen and Hoshina. But some of that's because Hoshina never gains resonance, so he just stays as a blast attacker that just blows everything up. So, and the new Gen is fine because he's a plate breaker. But, like, that's it. I don't think there's any other single targets that are fine there. Anyway, so there's not really anything to do. And this has been my one reason why I'm like, I don't really care about streaming so much for this game. Is there's not really a ton to really show. I'll throw her in the raids just because we can. But for the record, I will be switching Hikari to Fungal. That'll be something I'll try out. And you guys can wait and see what I say about that. I'll cover that. It's unfortunate because I got the best possible flat roll, but you know, do I want this set up? generally like that. Well, it doesn't matter. There's no plate breaking here. Do I want to kick Ashiro off my team is the question. She's always really good to have, though. I'll leave her. If you have any questions, feel free to send them in the chat before we wrap. Like I said, my dog's he's going to be ready to go here in a moment. But don't worry, I'll have videos for this character tomorrow as well. Shock damage doesn't qualify. Follow-up or extra doesn't qualify so much. It does, but not really. Crit hit, bonus damage up. Okay. We'll let that go. Somebody tell me what her high number is. Her highest number, I guess. I'm curious if she can... Actually, you know what? She probably kills raids. You know what? She probably destroys raids, dude. With all the turns she takes, she probably shits on raids. Something vicious. She probably is the best raid character in the game. I'm not even kidding either. Just thinking about it conceptually, the way she hits like so many turns consecutively like that, she probably destroys raids. That's also the weakest hit I've ever seen a character do in a raid battle. 22,000. He must have some sort of super cut going on. We got 2 shooting characters on this team. They'll get their breaks eventually, right? There's only 3 rounds left, though, so I kind of need them to get going. Where's Ashiro at? I'm going to make Ashiro do her normal and then follow it before I throw Hikari's ult. Sheesh. Normal. Show me your ult. Oh, she doesn't have the ult. God damn it. Of course. Okay, Tester's right there, though. My goat. Don't be invincible. Okay, fine. You want to be invincible? Watch this. Oh, he's not invincible yet. Okay. Boom. That's what I was going to say. You're going to eat that, and you're good. Okay. Go for that. And there we go. I'll stick this back on auto. They need to add Sagan back. Yes. Her counter didn't break. It's seen through that breaks. Did you not just hear me say that prior to that? I'm like 5 minutes behind in the chat. You didn't hear me say that it was because seen through and because of that combo of those characters and how Bako and the counters acting as out of turn. By the way, the camera angle on that was broken as hell. Acting as out of turn hits trigger seen through. Well, yeah, obviously the seen through was what did it. It was sarcasm. I was joking. I thought that was pretty apparent. I got face cam on. I was laughing and smiling. I thought that was pretty damn apparent. Maybe that's my... I thought that was really apparent. I'm sorry. Only one. Don't go for dupes. Way too expensive. Yeah. Her turn meter is bonkers. Slasher elementalist. Yeah, that's the main thing, right? Is being elemental is very important, impactful. I got her for free, so I'm not complaining. Still good if I use lizard. Yeah, that's still fine. Don't get me wrong. It's still fine. It's perfectly fine. It's one of those like 1A, 1B things, right? I think switching is just to squeeze a little bit more out. It's not like an insurmountable difference, you know. It's just to squeeze a little bit out. Checking out the event. I am going to check the event out. I would, but I didn't want to test her there because she's just gonna do absurd damage, and that wouldn't be a fair like look at the character. And there's not really a lot of, like, she would hear, right, by the way. This is just me finding something else to do, because there's not really a lot to do, like, with the character. Like, I can't, all I'm going to do is run the same limited stages again. Like, I can't really, you know. Did we play this? I apparently did. I don't remember playing that one. What about this one? We didn't play this one. I don't know what the hell this team is. I must have been testing something. We'll play this and that'll be it. Shot and elemental. Perfect. So she's another. That's another thing too, is just purely having another elemental option is nice. There's only been mainly Sagan and Reno, so having another actual element character that's a 5-star is nice, right? I need a shooter. I will put Narumi here, and I'll put Chester with Narumi, and I'll put her with Hoshina. Boom. That's perfect. I mean, the second team doesn't matter. Cool. Should I pull? Limited character equals yes, should pull. However, I would say it's fair to... I have the idea that you want to wait, right? Because we're close to next month being Christmas area. They probably will have something. Technically, if they want to have something for Black Friday, I guess they could throw something out next week. But I just don't see that happening. So, but also you have time. Her gotcha's up until like the 11th of next month. So you have plenty of time to decide. There's no rush. Unless you just want the character now, there's no real rush. This dude has a lot of shot plates. I just finished 27k in no Shinomiya. Hopefully you can claim her though. 27 is a lot. Are you still playing solo? Yeah. I admittedly, I go a couple days every now and again without logging in. It's not my primary. Actually, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I've said this before in videos, and I'm not bullshitting. My primary is Raid. Like, I actually enjoy the hell out of that game. And you see it on my channel a lot. And I know most of the time people see that and they just kind of skip it because they're so attuned to skipping it. But it's my primary game. Like, it is. I play it a lot. I'm really invested in it, really like it, really learning it. That once upon a time that was solo leveling, but it's not anymore. So with that being the case, since solo leveling, this isn't a main game, so it's fine. But solo leveling is a main game. Which, by the way, I assume also you mean Overdrive, huh? I just assumed you meant Arise. I do have Overdrive Deluxe pre-ordered, so I will be playing Overdrive on the channel some, if that was what you meant. But I was going to say that just pure Arise is a freaking main game, and it wants all my time, and I don't have time for it. So I mostly log on, do my stuff, auto, and then I'm done. Just depending which Arise version you were talking about. They're not going to clear this on auto. They need me. Yeah, they got pressured. They didn't get this. I underestimated, bro. Oh, there's a break finally. Let's go. I don't remember what I did on this stage, but I think this came out when I was mid-move, and I just had on auto. This is probably my first, like, real time looking at this stage. Whatever the hell team I had in here must have blew this up. I probably really... No, you know what it was? Is Ashuro. Ashuro blows this up. That's what it was. Is I had Ashuro and Sagan and that Narumi, and they blew this up. Because again, that's my 3 characters superstar trio. Ashuro, Sagan, and Narumi is, like I was saying earlier, an insane trio. Let's see if they can just blow this up by themselves with no help. What set did you use for Hikari? Sorry, just watching. I have Lizard on. Lizard is a fine set, but I'm going to index back to Fungal. Put crit rate on the body part. And I think that I'd call it there. Her base crit chance is high-ish. It's pretty high. It's like 30. I'll just say 35. It's like 32 or 38. I'm not sure. I'll say 35. Split the difference. And so I think it's at 38. But with that, she's around 50. With the body part on there, the best possible body part, she's around 50 something. She takes all those turns. She's got so much speed. With that first dupe, she has pen, which you don't really want because crits can't pen. It kind of flips, but it's not a pure 100% pen like it is on Kikuru's ult. So that's like always gonna happen. Even on Kikuru, crit does still matter on her other attacks. So yeah, I think I'm gonna switch over, especially if you use her a lot with Hoshina specifically. Like Chester is as well, but Hoshina specifically. Because if I look at her right now, she's probably like 90 something. Oh well, no, she's not with Hoshina. But if I looked at it in a round where she is with Hoshina, she's probably around 70 plus, and then Chester, she's around 90, basically at 100. Well, with Lizard set, she's at 100, easy with Lizard. But if I'm talking about with Fungal set. Nope, not enough. They're still not getting enough shot hits in. They need Narumi to trigger Scene Through. Would be great if you got a counter off. There you go. And here's Scene Through. There's still going to be a shot. Unfortunately, Bako can't break it. Actually, hold on. Hold on. No, no, no. They're going to set this up for failure. We need that SP right here. I was like, dude, they're going to use the SP with the wrong character. You have to have Narumi do it because he doesn't have shot on his base. There you go. Now they should be fine. Oh, yeah, baby. Show me that juicy Sagan attack. By the way, we just got through an hour and a half of my recording didn't break once. Something about sitting down to make videos. My computer has a spaz attack. It said you can stream for all you want, but if you want to make a video, it's broken. It's broken. It's broken. I meant Arise. Yeah, they're both Arise. They are both Arise. But I assume you meant just Arise. Yes. That's why I answered both first. I used Kadada on Narumi and Lizard on the one, but what's the best part for those two? I mean, I think Kadada, you know what I think with Kadada? I think that's actually a really good set in general for like anybody. I think it's especially good on a character that's always buddied with another character that's got great versatility like a Narumi. Because it's the character that gets the follow-ups, right? So that would trigger after the breaks. Obviously, it's great on Ashiro here, but like she's the only one that gets the extras right now, so it's like mainly for her. But if you get a follow-up, it triggers for you. So I think that still, like, if you got a DPS character, in most cases it's gonna be fungal. It just kind of is what it is. All right, they're slowly getting there. Slowly. He's back. We have no SP. Did she not get SP from any of those attacks going? She should have got SP from hitting those Kaijus. I haven't been paying attention, of course. But we need Narumi to pop off anyway. It is what it is. Oh, she's also really good with Narumi. Hikari is really good with Narumi. Because she takes all those turns. She could pop his Scene Through super fast. Yeah, you know, as we get deeper and deeper out, Narumi just gets better and better. Like, genuinely, he gets better and better. This doesn't really matter all that much. It kind of mattered, but not all that much. I'll let this go on its own, actually. Yeah, his effect is really good in general, but it gets better and better. Lizard with crit substat and the rate is at 83. Yeah, that's overkill. Unless you don't use the other characters, that's overkill. Even I think I have crit rate on my body part as well, but I didn't want it. It was just kind of what I landed on. When I use fungal or lizard, I go the opposite on the body part. Whatever the main is, I go the opposite on the body part. Wasn't Narumi gonna ultimate? Am I crazy? Did he already ult? Oh, this dude just must have so many shot plates, huh? All good. They're gonna cook it anyway. I do like the new difficulty in these, where it's like you actually have to maybe bring some better stuff in here, because that wasn't the case for like the first like nearly 2 months of the game. You could kind of just bring whatever. If your characters were leveled, then it just was what it was. That's still largely the case. Oh, he is slash on the base. I'm stupid. What was I doing? I was getting the Narumis mixed up, huh? The other Narumi is the one that's not shot on the base. There's the other one's slash on the base, and this one's shot on the base. That's annoying. I didn't have to do that way then. Whoops. Whoops. Whoopsie. What skill would you say first? The most important is the passive. I have her 2 dupes. Should I use my coins to grab her weapon? Absolutely, you need the weapon. I mean, unless you plan to summon more. You need the weapon, though. And then after you do her ultimate, I would actually do combat. The ultimate, or after you do the passive, I would do combat. And the reason why is because she's designed to try to use that. It's in the ideal scenario, she's designed to try to use the combat skill every single time after she uses the ultimate. But the ultimate doesn't get any more gauge, so to me it loses value. I think her passive is her most important one. You could argue whether it's the combat skill then passive, but I think it's the passive. Then I think it's the combat. And again, because she's not able to use that ultimate gauge charge, but she takes all those turns, you could actually argue it's normal combat as well, and then ultimate in terms of priority for using your Kaiju cores. The ultimate may be the least important one, even though it hits the hardest. Just because she takes all those turns without without any charge, right? When you close out that extra capture you got, it was trying to pick up 2. I wonder if that's why. No, it still was breaking though, wasn't it? I was like, oh, there's 2 in here. I think the only cons I see is Hikari's basic attack being only slash type. Yeah, that would be so much nicer if she had wind there too. But that's why, again, she gets that SP for hitting the core exposed. The trick is that the enemy has to be core exposed, which is why, like I said, as we get deeper, that other Narumi gains more relevance because he's so versatile with his core exposing. He can core expose anybody. Now you need other pieces around him to help him do that efficiently, but he can core expose anybody. And so I think he's easily pushed his way into top 3 range of the game, I think. Just because of that effect, right? And with him, if he had even 1 blast attack on there, he may be in contention for top 1. If he had even 1 blast attack on there. But the fact they gave him the double types and stuff, like I think that Narumi is easily a more impactful character than Hikari. But the thing with Hikari is that I think they will add wind plate stuff. And again, she's able to, ideally, when the core exposed Kaiju's out there, get that extra SP back. And with all her turns, especially if you got that second dupe, that's a sweet dupe. If you've got that one where it extends her acceleration another turn, oh my god, she should cook. In theory, she should cook with that 3rd turn. So with that, she would be able to blow up any elemental specific stage. She'd probably be the best character in the game at blowing up a specific elemental. And that's why, like I was saying throughout this video, I really like her with Narumi as well. But again, it all circles back to Narumi at that point because she could help him pop his effect quicker as well. But overall, she's really good. I'm going to test her with Fungal, but so like in my tier list, if you go back to my tier list from a few days ago, I think it was SSS, SS, and then S, because I tried to stick as much in S as I could because people have become attuned to like ignore anything that's not S, right? Anyway, I think she's 2nd tier, like SS. But I want to test her more. I want to test her more at the other set. She may wiggle her way into the top. And like Narumi, who also started in my original tier list for him as a 2nd tier SS instead of SSS character, he started there, and then he worked his way up. And I'm speaking very highly of him. That very same thing could happen for her as well, because the main thing with those is that they're variable. But either way, I think she's great. I just kind of wish there was more in there. Like a blast attack would be nice. Wind on the basic would also be nice. I understand why she doesn't fill on any of her stuff when she's in accelerated state. Fine. That would still be really nice, but I understand, right? There's a few things with her. You know, also I don't love that she's got an exclusive weapon type that's also limited. That does suck too. That's not something that'll knock her placement overall. But I do think she's really good, and I think she's worth having, and I think she will gain value. And again, we have a use case of that already with Sagan and Reno, two of the only other elemental 5-stars, where just within a couple of months, they went from being like, oh, these are really nice characters to have, to, oh, these are really, really good because they keep adding stages specifically for their types. And so obviously you could clear with the 4 stars. And in this case, I think you could use Aoi as well. So if you don't have her, I do think you can build Aoi. But I think she's going to be really impactful too. So, and then like I was saying earlier, I think she, with that speed in accelerated state, ideally if the enemy's core exposed, which again, that's where actually now that I think about it, that's where the loop is wrong. I miss thinking about this. Some of this is because it's just late and I'm tired. I'm not fully thinking about it. Technically that's not, it doesn't work the way I'm thinking it does. Because I was going to say, I think that with that SP charge, she would be able to blow something up with elemental plates, but that wouldn't work that way because she has to hit a core exposed. That would work that way if she had a blast attack though, right? But she doesn't. So that doesn't work. So no, she's not going to do that. Yeah, she's not gonna. She could still fill Narumi's charges while the enemy's exposed, I guess. But like that doesn't really matter. So no, she just winds up being pure damage, limited character, limited weapon type. So there is value in that. Of course, she's not gonna be one of those characters that's thrown into these gotchas. She can break those elemental plates for you that are already all over the game that are just pure elemental. So some of that's in there. And then again, the speed is very nice. She gets up to like 500 speed, and she just takes a bunch of turns consecutively, and she does a lot of damage with that. So she's kind of a weird, clunky character. She does, you know what it is with her that's kind of hard to decipher her? She goes against a lot of what the game is right now. She goes against a lot of the design choices for a lot of the characters in the game. And we've seen a little bit of that before, but just her playstyle is so different from everybody else with that speed going the way it does. So I need a few more days to fully decipher her, but I feel pretty comfortable right now with SS. Again, tier 2. But we'll see. I'm going to read the last few comments and get out of here. Apparently I'm the only one who can't access the game. I'm not sure, man. What set? Yeah, like I was explaining, fungal or lizard doesn't truly matter a ton. Gonna upload another video tomorrow on Kaiju. If yes, tell us what's the best team for her. I will, but I'm pretty sure the best team for her has mostly been the videos, the teams I've been using in the video. If you can use Hikari with Chester, Narumi, and Reno at the same time. I mean, I could throw anything together. What's the focus of that, though? Like, what are we trying to do there? Hello, Kaiju number 8 fans. Hello. I heard that Hikari was released in the game. Yeah, she's here. I got 3 Hikari weapons and 1 new Mina. Hopefully you have enough pity to get the character. Show your build. I mean, I didn't get to finish my build. We just threw it together. This is what it looked like. I spent the entire video saying multiple things. Firstly, if you're going to run with Lizard, it's either Lizard or Fungal. Your choice. I'll end on this. It's your choice. If you whatever you choose for the body part, you want the opposite. Crit rate on Fungal, crit damage on Lizard. But obviously, the Unipart system is just so tedious, right? You could do Wind here. In fact, I think Slash is better, though, because she has that basic attack that does not use Wind. So Slash is the better choice. You could do Wind as well. But again, Unipart system, flat attack percentage, it doesn't truly matter a ton in this game. They mostly push you to roughly the same numbers. Anyway, I think that Fungal winds up being one that I like better, but I'm going to test it out against my better judgment because the unit part system, again, sucks. If you use her with 4-star Hoshina, with Chester a little bit too, they're able to push around some crit rate on her, which means you exceed 100% crit rate pretty easily. Her base crit rate was at 38% or so, something like that, and with the unit parts on, she pushed higher. So it was pretty high. Maybe it wasn't 38. She's getting 16 here and 27 here. Subtract that number from 70, whatever it was showing, 76. So it was pretty high though. But since she's purely single target, all that stuff, you ideally want that number to be high. But again, you can leverage that from other characters too. And even if you put on Fungal, you can still get that on the body part. But really what it is you'd be getting more damage. Crit rate can't exceed 100, but crit damage, if it exceeds 100, the more the merrier. You can push that to 500 for all you want. Like, it's not possible, but if you could, that'd be even better because that's the most impactful stat in the game. She does, or damage dealt also. You want to, once again, you want a mixture of everything. She does have penetration here. Penetration rate goes up by 16. So every so often with that first dupe, she will penetrate, which it's either or. Penetration hits cannot critical hit. So that's where it kind of just is what it is at that point. You can't really do anything about that. But throughout her kit, she also picks up more and more crit damage, which again, it's not like rate where it's like, oh, let's just add up to 100. We want as much crit damage as possible. She gets 24 here. She gets crit damage here. One of these somewhere in here. There it is. So there's kind of a lot, but you want more, and that would help her become more of a DPS. She also gets a good bit on her weapon too if you've got it. So ultimately, though, she's speed demon, super strong character. That's mostly how you want to build her out. In terms of her skills, her passive is high priority. Passive is very important. You want to make sure that you get all that damage dealt. That's the only thing that's really changing here. It's just damage dealt. You want to get as much damage as possible from the acceleration boost. Other than that, though, typically you would want to push to the ultimate. The ultimate winds up being like 454, I think was the number in terms of percentage, which is really strong. Don't get me wrong. However, whenever she's in accelerated, she's not able to gain ultimate charge from any of her actions, but she takes so many damn turns because she gets her speed shoots to like 500, 400 something, 480 something, whatever it is. It gets really high, and so she takes a lot of turns. But so I would say the passive is still one you want to invest in, but then I would actually say you want to level these two because you wind up using the normal attack and the combat skill like 10 times more than the ultimate because she cannot gain ultimate charge when in accelerated. That's especially your order if you've got that second dupe that increases the acceleration duration on the passive by another turn. So with all of that investment in her, I think those are the ones that you would want to push to, and then ultimate and follow up afterwards, right? Even though, again, the ultimate is still going to be her hardest hitting single move just because of her play style. I think that is the most impactful way to go. In terms of weapons, she doesn't have any other choices but the other limited options. She comes with a 3-star, so there's that if you wanted to, I guess. She has the 4-star, which is solid, and then the 5-star here. If you don't have a weapon on, I was going to say Sagan, but on Hikari, you need to, you have the 3-star choice. You kind of aren't going to get any more chances until they rerun her banner. And if Sagan is evidence, it could be months. So you may just be better off building a 3 or 4-star. If you don't have the 5-star weapon, you may need to pity it as well. I don't typically believe in pitying weapons, but this is the one, like when it's a limited character weapon, that's a new type, which we've only seen for this Shinomiya and the last Shinomiya a couple of months ago, then that's where it's fair. I had to do it for Sagan's as well. It's right here, ironically. But otherwise, you kind of don't really have any other choice, and they're going to get vaulted. She's going to be vaulted as a limited character for however many months, so will the weapon. So that's the most important thing. If you're wondering how good she is, again, earlier I did detail all of that. Feel free to rewind. But the most important thing about her is the element on her being wind means they're now going to start putting wind stuff on there, but she can also break any wind-based plates. And then secondly, being limited, right? So I really do think we've hit a point in this game where free players should mostly just ignore everything. I'm dead serious. I don't care how good, unless it's a character you really love, obviously. But I think free players should mostly ignore everything that is quite literally not a limited banner. And the reason why is because all these characters, doesn't matter how much you want them, doesn't matter, they get thrown in the general pool, and then you can pull them. For example, right? Somebody mentioned this earlier, and I thought it was funny because her banner just left with this update, right? Or was it with his update? I'm not sure. Anyway, she just left recently. Ashuro, right? I was just doing videos on her a couple weeks ago, but her ass is already in the pool. So she's right here. So, like, what's the point? What's the point? You know, and again, the main reason to pull for them on their initial is that you've got a better chance. 0.1 versus what? 0.5? No, versus 1%. That's a humongous difference. So still, your best chance of getting that specific is on their own release banner. But regardless, they just get thrown in there. So I'm really at the point where it's like, I think free players should just mostly skip everything. Maybe the festivals, we need to see what happens there. Maybe they'll do a festival limited. I have no clue. Festivals are just kind of there. But yeah, so keep that in mind ultimately. All right, everyone. I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. Thank you so much. Sorry if I didn't get to everyone's comment. I'll see you all in the next one. I got to go. My voice is gone.